motion for modification and confirmation of arrears. What do we have, Mr. Caballero?
Yes, Your Honor, we would like to move forward with a default in modifying and confirming arrears, given the testimony of Mr. Roman today.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ramon, you'll be giving some testimony today, sir. Could I ask you to raise your right hand to be sworn to testify? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Caballero.
I call Mr. Roman. Mr. Roman, can you please state your full name for the record?
Christopher Anthony Roman.
And what is the name of the child before the court?
Blaine Resner Roman.
And how old is Blaine?
He's 17.
I have what's pre-marked as State's Exhibit A. This is an updated financial activity report. It shows the payment history of this case. And if I can scroll down, oh, a lot more pages than I thought, sorry. It shows that there is a current arrears balance as of yesterday for child support arrears in the amount of $558.88, and for medical support arrears of $150. Now, Mr. Roman, who does Blaine currently live with?
He currently lives with me.
And how long has Blaine lived with you?
Since about 2019.
I offer what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit A into evidence.
Okay. Says Exhibit A will be admitted.
Mr. Roman, how did Blaine come into your possession?
His mother was incarcerated at the time. This is a previous time. And I actually hadn't seen him for a few years. I was denied visitation. He finally was able to convince his grandfather that he was staying with, if we can, communicate and visit. So he eventually started coming over. There was some situations where his older brother started coming over to my parents' house, started threatening everybody. He basically didn't want my son to be around me. Seeing that whole situation with his brother and just everybody's reactions to that on that side of the family, I decided that I think it was best for him not to go back. Given what he was telling me, what the situation was, his mom wasn't there. It was just, his grandfather. So I thought in his best interest would be to be with his father, so I could support him.
And where is mom today?
I believe she is also incarcerated again.
Do you know what charges she's listed for being incarcerated?
I don't. I know she was on probation. She was on parole. So a variety of different charges. I really don't keep tabs on too much of that.
Now, Mr. Roman, do you have any safety concerns with your information being in a court order today, like where you live, where you work, your social security number, telephone number, things like that?
Absolutely. Just the fact from our history, a lot of violence, a lot of assault. There was an assault charge that I implemented back in 2016, I believe, where she assaulted me and my son. And ever since then, I try to avoid any communication with her, just because it always comes to that.
Do you know the adjudication of that assault charge against that was where you were the victim? Do you know what the outcome was?
I actually.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen with the court.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
I said, do you know what the outcome was of that assault charge where you and the child were the victims?
I believe she was put on probation, and then she didn't complete it. I think that's when she went to prison.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen with the court. I'm going to ask the court to take judicial notice of the history, I guess the Bexar County court history for Miss Reyes in this, going back to, I guess, 2000 and I guess the earliest charge, 2008, I can see on here. There are multiple assaults, injuries to child, assault, injury to elderly, regarding her case history.
Looks like she's got quite a temper.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, court takes judicial notice of the Bexar County Sheriff's Department Offenders Report.
Now, because you have safety concerns, Mr. Roman, you would like your information not to be disclosed in a court order today, correct?
Correct. She is fully aware of my parents' address, which is the 234 Spruce Smith's address. She knows that address already, but my current address that we live at, I'd like to keep that withheld. Okay.
So there's a new address that you've moved to that you would not want to be disclosed.
Correct.
Okay. Now, were you served at that new address or the old address?
I was served at the new address, yes.
Okay. Do you know if the new address contains that address information, or the new service contains that address information on there?
It's possible. I think it does. I have it actually right here. And
I'm going to share my screen as an aid to the court in this. Mr. Roman, is this your current address that's listed?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Are you requesting the court to order to seal the records regarding that address from being?
Please, yes.
Now, moving forward a bit going back to the arrears in this case, the $558.88 of child support arrears, you said you've had possession of Blaine since 2019, correct? Are you requesting possession credits to offset that any child support due on those arrears?
Yes.
Given those possession credits, the child support arrear judgment would be $0 as of yesterday. We would not be able to give possession credits as to the $150 for the medical support arrears. Are you in agreement with that?
Understood, yes.
Okay. Now, our office does currently have money on hold. So for a payment plan on that amount, whatever money is on hold can apply towards a lump sum of that $150 remaining. And the remaining amount, would you like that returned to you or as a gift to Ms. Reyes?
Returned to me.
Okay. What kind of health insurance does Blaine have right now?
We currently have an employer insurance. So I have dental, medical, and vision.
And sorry. How much does that cost for you and the children or the child?
So it's about $85 biweekly. So about maybe $170 a month.
Does that include, that includes all the health insurance, dental, and vision?
For all three of us, yes.
All three. Who else is covered under the plan besides you and Blaine?
My son, my youngest son.
Okay. Is that a child subject to this suit?
No.
Okay. No further questions for this witness, Judge.
Okay, so certainly we're requesting that all child support stop immediately. Medical support through Mr. Ramon, no child support arrears as of yesterday. And you said a medical support judgment of $150?
$150 with a lump sum being made June 30th. There's money currently on hold, and Mr. Romano has requested that money apply to the judgment balance and then be returned to him.
Okay. Okay, the court will grant all the relief requested. We'll waive the court cost in the case, Mr. Caballero, and we'll certainly grant a non-disclosure and seal the records as far as any address that could identify Mr. Ramon's residence.
with all candor to the court, this would be a sua sponte sealing. There is no motion for that. Is that okay?
I understand. Yeah, well, under the circumstances, I think it's advisable.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Take care.